All right, here we go. The Withered Heath, the first adventure pack in the Arid Mithrin cycle, side 1A, searching for Dragon Sign. We got a lot of setup, we'll walk through it together, and at the end, we need to discard cards until we find a location and add it to the staging area. So this is another quest that used the Caves deck, so whenever we travel to a location with the Deep keyword, we randomly reveal one of these cave locations, and that becomes the active location. But we're going to shuffle in 2 copies of the Dragon Sign into it. We also are going to set the Cold Drake aside out of play. So the 2 copies of Dragon Sign are now in the Caves deck, so when we travel to a deep location, we might reveal one of those, or we might get a terrible location as our new active location. All right, let's look at the hero lineup. We have a new hero to the series. It's Grimbeorn the Old. He came with this pack. He's amazing. I could not wait to use him. Tactics, 11 threat, 0335. Beorning, Warrior, Sentinel, Response. After Grimbeorn the Old defends an enemy attack, spend 1 resource from his pool to declare him as an attacker against the enemy, and resolve the attack. That enemy gets -2 defense for the attack. Just absolutely amazing. We're also bringing Galdor, Lore, 9 threat, 2/2/1/4. Response. After drawing your setup hand, you can discard as many cards as you want and then draw an equal number. So that's instead of taking your regular mulligan. And then he also has an action. If you ever have 0 cards, you can draw 6 cards. That's really good because there's a treachery in this quest that makes you lose your entire hand. And then we're also bringing in Thurindir. He's 8 threat, 2/2/04 lore, Dunedain Ranger. He gets +1 willpower for each side quest in the victory display. And then at the startup of the game, you get to find a side quest. So I'm going to find The Storm Comes, and you actually grab it, and then you draw your opening hand. And if you wanted to take a mulligan, you would only mulligan away the cards that you drew. The side quest kind of sits aside out of play. That's the current ruling, I think, on how he works. Again, heroes with setup abilities, that whole rule conundrum there, it's crazy to try to follow what's happening. So I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to play Thurindir, is you grab the side quest first, and then you draw your opening hand, and then you mulligan away the opening hand if you want to, and then the side quest goes back into your hand. This is a very long quest. Every stage has a way to slow you down. So since the quest is not being hasty, I'm not being hasty. This is an Ent deck, so I'm planning on getting an army of Ents on the table, and using The Storm Comes will help me pay for them because I don't want to spend all of Grimbeorn's resources on Ents. So let's see what I got. All right, Treebeard, Daron's Runes, Quick Strike, a Wandering Ent, Quick Beam, and a Good Harvest. So I can do a selective mulligan and get rid of any cards and then draw a different one, but actually I'm going to keep all these. And Galdor is really just here for that treachery. If I ever lose my entire hand, I can quickly repopulate my hand with 6 cards. I just needed another lore hero. He's cheap, he has well-rounded stats, so he's a good choice for a quest that has that card, that treachery that makes you lose your hand. All right, we're going to discard till we get a location. Top card is a location. And it's the Cave Entrance, which is really great because it's only 1 threat, and it gets more threat based on how much Dragon Sign we have in the victory display. Okay, side 1B, we need 6 progress. We need to have at least 1 copy of Dragon Sign in the victory display, and then forced, after the active location is explored, we look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, we reveal one, and discard the other 2. That's easy to forget, so I played this quest quite a bit preparing for this video, and I am very well attuned to clearing that active location and then looking at the top 3 cards. I had to get in that rhythm. All right, let's begin. I added resources to my custom resource tracker. I drew a Daron's Runes, and we're going to put The Storm Comes in the staging area. It costs 0. It's 5 quest points to clear. It's neutral, and then after it's added to the victory display, the first ally we play does not require a resource match. That's going to be very helpful because I don't want to spend tactics resources on Ent. I want to spend them to use Grimbeorn's ability. All right, we are going to spend 2 lore resources to put in Quick Beam, and if we damage him, he is not exhausted when he enters play. So that's really great. He's going to have 2 willpower to help me with this first round of questing. So we're going to be able to send 6, and we're going to be up against 1. I want to clear this side quest as soon as possible. Hopefully we don't add a lot of threat. The card we get is, oh crap, okay, it's a Snow Troll. It's 3 threat. He hits for a lot. He's hard to kill. That's pretty bad. I really didn't want an enemy that's tough to deal with in these early rounds. So we don't make a lot of progress, but now we can travel. So we got to raise our threat by 1 to travel there, and then we replace it with the top card of the Caves deck, and it gets replaced by, well, that's nice. It's the Lost Armory. It's a 2/2, and then response, after it becomes the active location, we get to search our deck for a weapon or armor attachment and add it to our hand. That's great. I needed a little break there after getting the Snow Troll. Okay, geez, there's the Miner of the Iron Hills. I don't like him on the bottom of my deck. I'm going to need him. Okay, there's a Legacy Blade. That's one of my weapons, so that gets more powerful based on the number of side quests in the victory display. But oh man, we're in trouble because this Snow Troll, I can't engage it yet, and it's adding 3 threat. I was hoping to get an enemy that I could take out of the staging area, and then we would have an empty staging area, and we could try to clear this side quest. Not good. Not good at all. All right, next round. Alrighty, round 2. The card we draw is another copy of Treebeard, so now I'll play Daron's Runes. I didn't play them before because I can always lose all the cards in my hand, so drawing cards when I have no way to pay for them or play them is kind of crazy in this quest. Ooh, we get Ent Draft and a Warden of Healing. Okay, I'm going to discard my second copy of Treebeard to that, and then I think I'm just going to spend all my resources to put Treebeard into play. So I won't do the other Daron's Runes because, once again, I won't be able to play any card that I find, and I'm always afraid about losing all my cards in my hand. I also am not going to play the Legacy Blade because there is a treachery that makes you start discarding attachments that you have. So I don't want to put attachments into play. So I'm kind of darned if I do, darned if I don't. If I keep the cards in my hand, I could lose them. If I play my attachments, I could lose them. All right, once again, we're sending 6, and jeez. Okay, it's a 4 threat location. So that's 7 threat in staging. We actually underquest by 1. This isn't going well. I really needed to clear that side quest so I could start powering up Thurindir's willpower, and instead we've added just a ton of threat to staging. So I got to get that troll out of there, or I'm not going to ever be able to get out of this mess, and I'll just get location locked. So he's attacking for 5, and if he destroys somebody, he goes back up to the staging area. No shadow there. Grimbjorn is going to take 2 damage because he's defending for 3, and that's it, folks. Let's go to the next round. Treebeard collects a resource along with my heroes. He can pay for Ent cards or ready Ents. Oh, and we draw a miner. Yes. Okay, so now if I get that crazy treachery that makes me start discarding attachments, I have a way to remove it. It's a condition attachment. I'm going to play this Daron's Runes. I am looking for Durndingle Warriors and Welling Hall Preservers. 2 Ents. I get a Booming End. That's good because I have that troll engaged with me, so that's going to be helpful. I need to discard a card. I'm going to get rid of this Quick Strike. It's more of just a late game card I hope I can play at some point. Let's play another Daron's Runes, Foe Hammer, and a Legacy Blade. I do forget to discard a card to Daron's Runes. It would have been one of those Legacy Blades. I end up playing it a little later. It never really affects the game, but yeah, I should have discarded one of those Legacy Blades I have. And I'm going to put the Warden of Healing into play and then immediately exhaust it to heal damage on the board. So, man, this Snow Troll, it's going to really, really slow me down. So here I am playing 2 Legacy Blades. They obviously aren't doing anything right now because they only get an attack boost if you have side quests in the victory display. And I have 2 resources, one on Treebeard and one on Grimbjorn. Let's get this Booming Ent into play. I really just got to play my cards as fast as I can because, like I said, I could lose them all. So, got to get them in play. And if I ever lose my hand, hopefully I was able to play a majority of the cards I wanted to before I lost it. So I'm always worried about my threat going insane, so I would like to keep Quick Beam ready to help put damage on this troll, but I'm going to send him on the quest. So we are sending 6 against 4. The card we reveal is Heavy Snow. This ain't good. So it's Doomed 1, and then exhaust a character until the end of the round. Characters cannot be readied by player card effects. That's just a nasty treachery. So Doomed 1, I got to exhaust somebody. So I don't think this troll is taking any damage this round. I guess I'll exhaust Grimbjorn so Treebeard can defend. And we actually clear the treasury, which I was not expecting. So now we got to look at our next cards. We look at 3. We get to add 1. You're supposed to add a location with the deep keyword. That's like how you beat this quest. But instead, I only had enemies. So let's add this little dragon hatchling. I'm not going to travel to this location because that also makes me find an enemy. And now I'm engaged with 2 enemies, and I only have 1 ready character. Not good. All right, Cave Troll attacking for 5. Okay, if the active location is dark, the enemy can't take damage. That doesn't do anything. Treebeard's going to take some damage. And this guy's hitting for 2, and there's no shadow. Okay, so the hatchling gets worse based on more dragon sign in the victory display. But right now, he's just attacking for 2. So 2 undefended damage goes on Thurindir. Lots of damage on the board. I really am glad I have this Warden of Healing, but I really want a Welling Hall Preserver to help start healing my Ents. But, oh man, that's nice. I draw the Woodman's Clearing. So when you clear a location with that attached, you get to drop your threat by 3. That's nice. And the location in staging is not a deep location, so I can keep that on there right now. All right, we're going to spend 1 resource and attach Ent Draft to Grimbjorn, so now he has 2 extra hit points. You can only play that if you control an Ent. And then we're going to spend 2 resources and put in the Wandering Ent. Amazing stats, it just comes in exhausted like all Ents. So I'm just trying to get the allies on the table before I die. I mean, this is not going good at all. Having 2 enemies engaged with me already isn't great. I really wish this Snow Troll had not come out on turn 1. It's definitely slowing me down. Alright, if I only send the 2 heroes on the quests, I'll have enough attack power to kill the troll. So let's leave Quick Beam ready. Oh, okay, nope, never mind. Heavy snow again, so that sucks. So doomed 1, I got to exhaust somebody, so there goes that plan. I was going to kill the troll. Alright, Quick Beam will be exhausted, and now we got 2 attacks coming. So Grimbjorn will take the troll's attack, so it's 5 against 3. And the shadow is nothing. Okay, that's good. So Grimbjorn just takes a couple damage. And then I'm going to spend Grimbjorn's resource so he attacks back. He doesn't ready, he just attacks back. So it's 3 attack with -2 defense. So I do 2 damage to this troll. I just got to start hitting him. And then I think I'll have Treebeard defend this attack. I know I could kill it with Treebeard, but oh my gosh, wait, this is great. That shadow is the card that makes me lose all of my cards in my hand. Okay, that was good. But I was worried about the Booming Ent taking too much damage. I don't have the shadows memorized in this quest, so I couldn't remember if he could have died from this attack. So the Booming Ent gets +1 attack for every damaged Ent. So that means he's attacking for 3, and he can do 3 out of the 4 damage to the hatchling, because the hatchling has no defense since I haven't found any dragon sign. And all right, let's go into the next round. I really want to start finding those Welling Hall Preservers so I can start healing these Ents, because I know I'm going to take a lot of damage in this quest. And they also quest for 3, which I need. I really need to make some progress. Ooh, okay, we draw Scout Ahead. That's a good side quest. That lets you look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, put 1 in the victory display, and rearrange the others. I really have nothing else to play. So the Warden's going to do some healing. Let's heal the heroes. I need to heal the heroes. Okay, and then, all right, I have the Wandering Ent ready now. So I can quest for 6 against 4. Let's go against Scout Ahead. And we reveal, finally, okay, just a 2 threat location. So we don't make any progress, but I'm totally fine with it. And traveling there does nothing. There's no effect. Okay, shadow up, and we're going to have Grimbjorn defend the troll again, so it's going to be another 3 defense against 5 attack, and the shadow is +1, +2 if I'm damaged. Yikes. Okay, so that is going to be, that's a lot of damage coming through. So Grimbjorn's going to be 5 damage, but the Ent Draft is giving him 2 extra hit points. Grimbjorn's going to spend a resource and hit this troll for 2. And then now we're going to have the hatchling attack Quick Beam. Quick Beam's defending for 1, so it's 1 against 2, no shadow. And Quick Beam will take 1 damage, which will power up the Booming Ent. So the Booming Ent gets another attack power. So he's 4, Treebeard's 4, and we finally kill this troll. And I'm allowed to attack it again because Grimbjorn's attack is an outside the normal framework attack. It's an ability, and so I never actually declared attackers in the normal framework against that troll. So, okay, that's good. We've gotten rid of that thing. Now Treebeard has 2 resources, so he can ready an Ent. And yeah, I have the Warden still. I have a lot of damage on the board, and we get, oh, that's good timing, another Woodman's Clearing. So we're going to add that right to the active location. Okay, nothing else I can really play or that I want to play. Let's do a little bit of healing. Got to get Grimbjorn healed back up here. And If I spend 2 lore resources, I can ready to Warden right after I do the healing, and he can heal again. So let's do that. And that changes the attack power on the Booming Ent. And let's go against Scout ahead again. We're going to send a little more this time. So there's 6, and then 8 and 10. All right, we'll send 10 willpower. We are up against 4, and we reveal Deadly Cold. So for each ready character I control, I must either exhaust that character or deal a damage to it. Okay, so I'll deal a damage to the Booming Ent, and that powers him up. I guess I'll damage Grimbjorn because I need him to defend. And that was my only 2 ready characters, so that wasn't terrible. So we do make the progress needed to clear the active plus 2 more on Scout ahead. So because we cleared the active, a bunch of stuff's going to happen. 1, we drop our threat by 3 because of the clearing. And then we need to look at the top 3 cards. So we get to reveal 1 and discard the other. So we have a spider, a location with the deep keyword, and then treachery. So I think we want to do the deep keyword here because we need to find these dragon signs. So to travel there, we need to deal damage equal to the number of locations in the staging area. So you actually count this location before you travel. So it's like to travel to this spot. So at the time I'm traveling there, there's 2 locations in staging. So I dealt out the 2 damage, the Booming Ent's getting powered up, and then this goes away because it has the deep keyword, and it gets replaced by the Crumbling Cavern. After it becomes the active location, assign X damage among characters, where X is equal to number of characters. Just so much damage. I really wish I had one of these Welling Hall Preservers. And I'm going to make a mistake here. So I needed to assign 8, so I did 2. And then here's 2 more, but when I flipped these counters to 2 in my head, I counted them as 8. So I would have just dealt the 2 lore heroes 1 more damage each. Okay, who's going to defend this? I'm kind of worried about Grimbjorn taking too much damage, so let's have the Booming Ent defend. And it says the defender cannot ready until the end of the round. So he's going to go into the next round exhausted, so let's leave that token right there. And then we are going to have Grimbjorn kill this guy. I wanted to trigger a foe hammer. So Grimbjorn killed him, and we can now do foe hammer. I also didn't want to spend his resource, trying to save up the resources. So let's see, I draw 3 cards. There's a Durndingle. There's Leaflock, or Leaflock as I like to call him, and an Entmoot, which is going to help me find some Ents. Okay, that's great. We're going into the next round, and the Booming Ent cannot ready. All right, so I drew a Good Harvest. That's used to play a card I haven't drawn yet. And then I'm using the Warden twice to do some healing. And now we're going to do Entmoot. So as long as you control an Ent, you get to play it for free. And you look at your top 5 cards and grab any Ent traded cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Entmoot and Ent Draft both have the Ent trait. So that's awesome. So we drew 4 cards there. I'm going to give the deck a shuffle, then play the second Entmoot. Still no Welling Hall Preserver. In all my playthroughs prior to this video, I always had at least 1, usually 2 out by now. And they're questing for 3 and healing. But all right, I drew 3 more Ents, and one of them is the Welling Hall Preserver. So thank goodness I can finally get some repeatable healing on the board. When the Welling Hall Preserver readies, you choose an Ent and heal 1 damage off of that Ent. And then the Durndingle Warrior is how I'm going to defend these big enemies. So let's play this Welling Hall Preserver. Costs 3. Treebeard will pay for that. And then I'm going to spend the 2 lore resources off of my heroes to put in another Wandering Ent. And then finally, with my last resources, a Durndingle Warrior's coming in exhausted. He defends for 2 with 3 hit points, but if you give him a damage, he'll get +3 defense against that attack. So that really helps against those trolls and other enemies that hit hard. Okay, I got a good Ent army going now. And let's quest once again against Scout ahead. So, how much do I want to send? One of those Wandering Ents is exhausted. The other one isn't. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8. Man, I'm not even going to clear this active location. Okay, let's just see if I can have an easy round for the first time this game. And we reveal, great, a 2-threat Mountain Pass. Okay, that's fine. It just has, you can't cancel when revealed effects on weather treacheries when it's in the staging area. No problem at all. All right, 2 going on the active location. Let's go to the next round. I will use the Welling Hall Preserver's ability to heal Treebeard. All right, let's see what I draw. After Treebeard gets a resource, it's another Entmoot. All right, come on, give me a second Welling Hall Preserver. Then I can really start saving my Ents. I don't get one. I get 3 other Ents, and I get the Armored Destier was a second card from the top. That's the card I need a good harvest to pay for. I really want the ability to get rid of a shadow card off of the dragon when the dragon finally comes out, because it having a shadow card is pretty nasty, so getting rid of it is nice. All right, let's play a second Durndingle Warrior. I am going to spend Treebeard's resource and Grimbjorn's resource. It looks like I might never trigger Galdor's ability, which is fine. I mean, being able to play all my cards is good, so I'm fine with that. Let's put one of these Ent drafts on the ready Durndingle Warrior. So now he has some extra hit points, so he should be able to defend for me quite a bit. And the Warden of Healing is going to start doing some healing. I wish I had another way to heal, but I don't. I have a lot of cards in hand, but I already got a good Ent army going, so if I lose all these cards, it's not the worst, and I would be able to draw 6 more, and there's still a few cards in my deck that I'd like to get into play anyway. All right, we're sending a lot. Let's go. And we reveal, oh man, Ruined Supplies, Doomed 1, and then I have to choose. Either I raise my threat by 1 for each ally I control, or I deal damage to each ally I control. Well, raising my threat by 1 would kill me. I'm going to lose. So everybody's taking a damage. So much damage coming out. I'm going to lose the Warden. I'm going to lose one of my Wandering Ents. Yikes. Can you imagine, though, if that had been the card I revealed on turn 1 instead of that Troll? And then if I revealed the Troll now, I could have easily taken care of it. So that's what I mean. I think you can see how this deck can handle the quest if you just don't get the big enemy right off the bat. But yeah, all right, the Booming Ent. He's pretty powerful. He's hitting for a lot. And there was no enemy, so that's nice. So no threat either. So we make a lot of progress. So we're going to clear the active location. And then we also clear Scout Ahead. So the active locations effect goes off first because it's after you explore the active location. So the active locations effect goes first. So we're going to look at the top 3. And reveal 1. That's the one that makes me lose my attachments. So nope, we're not revealing that. And then we either reveal the werewolf or the bat. Well, the bat surges, so I don't want to reveal the bat. We can handle the werewolf. Okay, now we finally cleared a side quest. So Scout Ahead is going in the victory display. That powers up the Legacy Blades that Grimbjorn has. It also gives Thurindir 1 more willpower. So we finally cleared a side quest. Normally I do that on turn 2 at the latest, so this is just a very strange run through. Okay, now Scout Ahead triggers. So let's see which card we want to add to victory display. That one. I'm not even going to look at the rest. That's one of the cards that makes me discard my hand, so that's gone. And here are the 4 cards I get to rearrange. I'm getting attacked, so one of them is going to be a shadow. I decided to arrange them like this. So this is how I have it arranged. And now we can travel. Unfortunately, that is not a deep location, so I don't get to try to find Dragon Sign. I should point out, we still haven't placed a progress on the quest or found Dragon Sign, and we are like 20 minutes into this game. So just a slow quest. All right, Grimbjorn's going to defend. If this werewolf does not have a shadow, you deal damage to the werewolf and the defender, and the werewolf gets +1 attack for each damage on it. So we just take a damage from the shadow, and then the Booming Ent has enough to take out that werewolf. So that was a well done combat phase. In the refresh phase, the Welling Hall Preserver will heal the Booming Ent, and let's go to the next round. All right, no more Warden in play to help heal, but we do draw a Gaunberry Gone, so he quests for the threat of the active location, so that's pretty awesome. So let's put him into play, getting more willpower on the table. I mean, we gotta go. This is getting kind of ridiculous. And then I'm also going to put in another Wandering Ent. So I drew all my Wandering Ents, but only 1 Welling Hall Preserver. That's kind of a shame. So he comes in exhausted, of course. And then we're going to commit 15 to the quest, and we know what we're up against. We're going to be revealing a bat, which surges, and then we're going to reveal another copy of that 4 threat location. And these 4 threat locations are really good when we get to stage 3, so that's why I like leaving them in the staging area. So we sent enough willpower to clear the active and to also clear the Storm Comes. And so now the first ally that I play each round does not require a resource match. So that's pretty cool. We cleared the active location, so let's take a look. Okay, we're going to grab the location with the deep keyword, so we can hopefully find some Dragon Sign, because we can't advance until we find it. the 4 threat locations in the staging area let you find it, but I need it when I get to stage 3. I want to find it faster. So let's travel there, and we flip over, and it is Dragon Sign. Okay, cool. It's guarded by an enemy, so you discard until you get an enemy. There goes another one of those treacheries. There goes that other treachery that was going to kill me. So I'm glad I didn't reveal those, but we did run out of cards. So you got to shuffle the deck, and you keep discarding till you get an enemy. All right, all shuffled up. Let's discard until we get an enemy. Oh, there we go. Old goat head himself. Okay, so a hatchling is guarding the dragon sign. We're going to engage that. And we're also going to engage this bat. Now, staying engaged with a bat for the rest of this game is a big part of my strategy. So I'm really glad that we have a bat engaged with us, especially before we advance to stage 2. Grimbjorn can defend. It's going to be 3 against 2. The hatchling is only attacking for 2. And the shadow is he can't ready. So, man, these shadows and these treacheries that are making me not able to ready are really hurting. All right, the Durndingle Warrior takes on that bat, and he does not get a boost because the shadow was based on the amount of Dragon Sign in the victory display. And then, of course, the Booming Ent can kill the hatchling. So we have now added our first Dragon Sign to the victory display. So now we just got to make the progress on the quests, and we will advance. Okay, let's go into the next round. All right, I healed Quick Beam with the Preserver. Grimbjorn can't ready. We draw my 3rd Legacy Blade. I'll just put that on Galdor. And then my 3rd Durndingle Warrior's coming in. So yeah, I drew 3 copies of most of my Ents, except for the one I really, really wanted. Okay, I am going to send a lot on the quest. Let's go. All right, so we are sending 15 against 8. The card we reveal is, oh man, this is bad. All right, it's another Ruined Supplies, so everyone's going to take another damage. I just can't raise my threat by that much. My threat is doing okay, but I can't afford to raise it by 10. The good news is the Booming Ent is now going to be hitting for 11, so that's pretty crazy. And we added no threat, so we are going to make the 6 progress needed to advance to stage 2A. The Cold Drake attacks. All we got to do is add the set-aside Cold Drake to the staging area. All right, let's take a look at this guy. He's 10 engagement, 1/6, 1/18, cannot have attachments, and cannot take non-combat damage. He gets +1 threat and +1 defense for each dragon sign in the victory display, and then forced, after he has dealt a shadow card with no shadow effect, the defending character cannot ready until the end of the round. So that's why discarding the shadow card before you declare a defender is so good. All right, let's look at 2B, 3 progress needed. We ignore the deep keyword, and then the Cold Drake cannot leave the staging area, even if he has damage equal to his hit points. No more than 6 damage can be placed on the Cold Drake each round, and it cannot have more than 18 damage. This stage cannot be defeated while Cold Drake has any hit points remaining. Okay, so another mechanic just to slow us down. All right, let's go to the Creature Den. So when we travel there, we got to shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards until an enemy is discarded and add it to the staging area. Response, after we travel to the Creature Den, we get to find Dragon Sign from the Caves deck and attach it to it as a guarded objective. So that's awesome because that lets us find the Dragon Sign out of the Caves deck without accidentally revealing the horrible locations from the Caves deck. So let's give this encounter deck a shuffle, and hopefully the enemy we discard isn't one of the nasty ones, but I feel like I can handle it. I just need a little bit of luck here. I mean, I've been pretty unlucky as far as the encounter cards I've been revealing. They've all been exhausting me and damaging me. So let's see what I get. Okay, we get another one of these little hatchlings. They're a little more dangerous now. They have +1 attack. That's okay. All right, so I found the dragon sign, so we're going to attach that to the den, and then you shuffle the Caves deck. And I have another one of those dens in the staging area, so that'll be how I find my 3rd dragon sign once we get to that point of the quest. All right, the Cold Drake is considered engaged with us, so I'm going to deal out the shadow cards in the correct order. And yeah, Grimbjorn is exhausted, so that's not great, but I do have some Durndingles ready. The Cold Drake hits pretty hard, so trying to decide how I want to handle this. Let's have this Durndingle with the extra hit points. Jeez, oh Pete's defend, and he can't ready. My goodness. I mean, he couldn't have readied even if the shadow had nothing, but it gets a shadow, and the shadow is he can't ready. So I'm going to deal a damage to him, so then he's defending for 5, so he only takes 1 damage because the Cold Drake hit for 6. Okay, Grimbjorn is still exhausted. I'm just moving the token, so I remember not to ready that Durndingle. And I really want to do the 6 damage to the Cold Drake this round. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to handle combat. I think Gone Berry Gone is going to have to eat this attack from the hatchling. And it's exhaust a character I control. My goodness. It's just everybody's laying down. So I will exhaust this Dirndingle. And then Gone is dead. I haven't got rid of him yet. The bats attack, undefended, no shadow. I mean, it's really the only way I could have done it. The Dirndingle I exhausted was supposed to defend the bats. So Galdur takes 2 damage, and then, of course, the Booming Ent can swing for enough to hit the Cold Drake for 6. I mean, you gotta hit that dragon for 6 each round, and you just gotta keep moving forward on this quest. Every single stage of this quest slows you down. It has some mechanic to slow you down, in addition to your characters always being exhausted. This quest is exhausting. I started playing a quest at Gen Con when it came out in 2018, and I think we are still playing that game. It was a 4-player game. It just took forever. This quest just takes a long time. Don't sit down and say, I'm going to get a quick game in with this quest. It doesn't work that way. All right, Gone is gone, so I got to remember to get rid of him. I did a little bit of healing with the Welling Hall Preserver. Can you see how, if I had 2, how much better that would be? If I had 2 Welling Hall Preservers on the table, I could keep healing one of these Dirndingle warriors, and they could just keep defending the Cold Drake, no problem. But I only have 1, and so much damage has been dealt out. Getting hit by that same treachery twice just hurt so bad. All right, let's play Leah Flock, as I like to call him, and he costs 3, and he gets +1 willpower for each damaged Ent I control up to 4. So he's going to be questing for 4 once he's ready, and of course, like all Ents, he has amazing stats otherwise. So that's a good ally to get into play. Okay, we are sending 15 willpower. We are up against 6. We reveal a 3-threat Dwarven Door. It just says you can't place progress on it while it's in staging. So we're going to make 6 progress, which is excellent because 4 will clear the active and then 2 will go on the quests. So we're 1 away there. When the active is explored, it goes into victory display. I get to drop my threat by 3 thanks to the clearing. And then the dragon sign also goes into victory display. Because the dragon sign is in a victory display, that increases the threat and defense of the Cold Drake, and it also increases the attack of the hatchling. Let's travel to this Dwarven Door. You do not do the deep keyword while you're at this stage, so it's a great time to travel there, because I don't need to worry about finding deep cards when I advance to the next stage, because I have a way to dig out dragon sign once we shuffle more into the caves deck. Spoiler alert, that's what's going to happen. All right, Grimbeorn can defend for 3 against the hatchling, and he's going to take 1 damage from that attack. I really, really wish I had the Armored Destier, because if I did, I would be able to discard a shadow card. All right, let's do Foehammer, and his ability let me attack back, and Foehammer finds me that Armored Destier, and Gone Berry Gone, and Quick Strike. Okay, so Grimbeorn did his attack by spending a resource, and he killed that hatchling, so that was great. I'm going to basically just chump this Cold Drake because my defense plan for handling him is not working out quite yet, so the Wandering Ent wandered into a trap and got destroyed by a dragon. And then this Dirndingle warrior will defend against the bat, and oh my gosh, like nothing is easy. +1, +2 if I was damaged. So I actually took a damage there. I thought I could avoid a damage for once. And then once again, we need to attack at least 6 up into the staging area against that Cold Drake. So we have enough to do that. So we're good there. We're at 12 out of 18. I'm leaving the bat engaged with me on purpose. And yeah, I think we're ready to move on. It looks like I once again forgot a damage. I think I forgot that hatchling had a attack boost, and Grimbeorn actually took a damage from that. But that's okay. Grimbeorn also could have killed that hatchling without those legacy blades. His attack alone was enough. Okay, sorry I'm making these mistakes. It's just, there's just so much going on. There's so much damage everywhere and attack boosts, and it's such a long quest. You just start to get kind of run down after a while. Okay, so heading into the next round, the card we draw is another Foehammer. That's nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play a good Harvest, and then I'm going to put the Armored Destier on Grimbjorn because he's Sentinel. And the Armored Destier says after you defend, so that's after the entire defensive step is done, you exhaust the Destier, ready the hero, and then you can discard a shadow card from another enemy engaged with you. So I'm going to use Good Harvest so I can spend my resources as leadership, put that on Grimbjorn, and then he had to discard one of his Legacy Blades because he only can have 2 restricted attachments, and that's why it didn't matter that I forgot to discard that Legacy Blade to that Daron's Runes. I never used it anyway. All right, another Booming Ent coming in, so another great big huge attacker. Treebeard's got a couple of resources. I had done a little bit of healing with that Welling Hall Preserver. Still really frustrated that I've only gotten 1 into play. It's just making everything so much harder. And I lost the Warden to that 1 Treachery as well. So it's been a hard game, guys. This has been very hard. But Leah Flock is questing for 4. The Preserver's questing for 3. Yeah, I got a lot of willpower online now. Now I just need to not have everything just completely self-destruct. Okay, another 3 threat location. That's great. So we can handle that. We're going to clear the active location, and we're going to place the 3rd progress and more on the quest. We do not have to do the thing where we look at the top 3 cards when clearing the active, so that's nice. Let's travel to this Dwarven Door. There's no reason not to. And if you're watching me spend the resources when I played that Booming Ent, don't forget my first ally does not require a resource match, so I can spend any resources on the first ally I put in. Okay, so here's how this works. Grimbjorn defends the Bat. The Bat's going to make an additional attack. That's fine. Okay, so the Grimbjorn takes no damage, and then I'm going to trigger Armored Destier, which readies him and discards a shadow card from an enemy that was engaged with me. The Drake's considered engaged with me, so I get rid of his shadow card. Let's defend the Bat's attack again. Jeez, oh Pete, deal 1 damage to the defender. I just cannot catch a break with defending these little wimpy bats. And then, okay, the Cold Drake's attacking for 6 with no shadow. And this is where my Dirndingles are supposed to be able to handle it, because they basically just get 2 damage and they can take on the Drake with no shadow. But I haven't been able to keep them healed, so I got to chump. I got to chump with Quick Beam. So Quick Beam is dead. That really stinks. The plan is supposed to be I defend the Bats with Grimbjorn, get rid of the shadow card with the Destier, and then a Dirndingle defends the Drake, takes 2 damage, and then the Welling Hall Preservers heal the damage off. That's how it's supposed to work. But I'm not able to do that. Things aren't working right for me. We do advance. We have 18 damage on the Drake. So 3A, Hunting the Beast. We're going to shuffle the 2 Dragon Signs into the Caves deck. We're going to move the Cold Drake out of play, but leave all the damage tokens on him. And then we're going to shuffle in the discard pile and discard cards till we get a location and add the location to the staging area. Okay, I did all that. Now let's see what location we get. And it's another one of those mountain passes. So see, that one doesn't even have the deep keyword. So that's why this stage can really stall you out, because that location wouldn't even help me. Okay, 9 progress needed, and then forced after the active location's explored. We look at the top 3 cards, reveal 1, discard the other 2. At the end of the round, we remove 3 damage from the Drake, and then the players cannot defeat the stage unless 3 dragon signs are in the victory display. So once again, a mechanic that slows you down. All right, I drew another Armored Destier, so those other Welling Hall Preservers are super entish. Let's put Gauntberry Gone into play, and then I'm also going to put Beachbone into play. So he's just an ent that has a nice combat ability, but he also quests for 2. So I'm just trying to get more bodies on the table. It seems to be what I need right now. And I forgot to remove the 3 damage tokens from the Cold Drake at the end of the round. So I need to drop those down to 15 out of 18. All right, let's start committing characters to the quest. There's absolutely no reason to take our time at all. So I want to make sure I get the 9 progress as fast as possible. And I need to make sure I can travel to that other creature den. I want to find that other dragon sign. Okay, so if we send 18 against 6, we reveal a snow troll, so that's 3 more threat. And yeah, okay, we're good there. So we clear the active and we place 6 of the 9 progress. So that's good. We're almost through. Since we cleared the active location, we got to look at the top 3 cards and reveal 1. So let's see, 2 spiders, and then, oh my gosh, so the heavy snow. So doomed 1, exhaust a character, and I can't ready from player card effects. I gotta pick that one. I can't take another enemy because when I travel to this den, I'm getting an enemy. So that would be 4 total. I can't do that. So once again, I cannot ready from player card effects. I guess I will exhaust one of these Dirndingles. And so, yeah, let's travel to the creature's den. So remember, I got to shuffle in the encounter discard pile and discard cards until I get an enemy. And then I get to find a dragon sign from the caves deck and attach it to it. All right, all shuffled up. And let's see what enemy we get. Nope. I'm glad to see that go away. Glad to see that go away. Wow, a bat. You know what? I'll take it. We've earned this. We have earned a little break. So we get a bat. I will take a bat. Okay, let's look for some dragon sign. It would have been the top one. Okay, so I have a dragon sign attached to the den. And now we're going to get engaged by a bat and a snow troll. And we were already engaged with a bat. And we cannot ready from player card effects. So I can't use the Armored Destier at all. Because it says ready attached hero, period, then discard the shadow card. So since I can't do the before the then, I can't do the after. Alrighty, let's defend. The snow troll is attacking for 5, and the defender cannot ready. My goodness. Okay, so I defended that. I took a damage, so I defended for 5. Now we're going to defend the bat with Grimbeorn, +2 if I'm damaged. So, yeah, what the heck? Let's take a damage from a bat again. I believe that bat has managed to damage the defender every single time. Super frustrating. Alrighty, I cannot ready from the Armored Destier, like I said before. So this bat will be defended by the Booming Ent and deal 1 damage to the defender. Man, this quest is mean. It's just mean. So I took a damage there. These bats, they're just attacking for 2, but they're constantly damaging everybody that I'm defending with. Okay, the Booming Ents are super powered up. I think they're attacking for 18 billion or something. I have no idea. So the one Booming Ent will help take care of the troll with the help of the ready Dirndingle. And then Treebeard can take care of one of the bats, leaving me engaged with the one that keeps damaging everybody. And then we're at the end of the round. So I will heal one of my Dirndingles and I will remove 3 damage from the Drake. And we'll go into the next round. All right, the Cold Drake has regenerated 6 health. We draw another Woodsman's Clearing. So let's put that on the active location. And we're just going to commit to the quest now. So Thorindir, Gone, and Leah Flock are all questing for 4 each. We're going to send 15. We are only up against 2. There is 4 on the active. And yeah! Why? There are other cards! Just take one of the dead Ents and make snowshoes. Something. Okay, once again, I cannot ready from player card effects. So let's just toss that there and toss that there and drop my threat. It's just infuriating how many times I've revealed that treachery. I cannot express to you how much I just wanted to go, okay, we're done. We won. We're good. Let's just call it a win and we'll move on. All right, 9 progress made. 3 dragon sign, but first we got to do the forced effect from exploring the location. So we're definitely not doing the one that makes me discard attachments. Let's see, the ready character ones are no good. Let's do the Dwarven Door. That one's fine. So we'll just add a location. Okay, now we advance to stage 4. Okay, we're going to add the Cold Drake back to the staging area, and he is going to make an attack against me. And he gets a shadow card for that attack. All right, let's do that. So I can't ready anybody from player card effects, and yeah, I don't have a good way to defend this guy. So I'm just going to throw one of the Dirndingles in front of it. My whole strategy on how I handle this guy has fallen apart because I haven't been able to keep everybody healed. So the Dirndingle eats it. All right, well, thanks. You did a lot. You helped me a lot. All right, so let's look at 4B, a cornered dragon, 0 progress needed. Cold Drake cannot take more than X damage each round, where X is the number of dragon signs in the victory display. Forced at the beginning of the quest phase, return the Cold Drake to the staging area. It's going to make an immediate attack against me. This stage cannot be defeated while the Cold Drake is in play. All right. We beat the stage, we win, and once again, a mechanic that slows us down for some reason. I don't know why. They made every stage have a mechanic like that. No point in traveling. I'm planning on winning right here. I'm just frustrated that I can't do what I want to do, which is defend the bats, discard the shadow card from the Drake, and then defend with one of my Dirndingles. During playtesting, it was really fun. I was able to handle these stages with the Drake easily, and it was a lot of fun to do it this way. So this was a lot harder of a game, and I was just up against a wall pretty much from the get-go. It was a very difficult quest. So I'm glad we're going to be able to get a win here. So let's exhaust Grimbjorn against the bats. No shadow, so I finally don't take damage. I should have spent a resource and have Grimbjorn just destroy those things. Okay, and then I'm going to chump against the Drake because, yep, see, the shadow would have exhausted me anyway. So, oh my gosh, how many times did we get hit by a shadow or a treachery that exhausted people? And now all we got to do is attack for enough to do 3 damage, which obviously I have plenty. My booming Ents are attacking for a ton, so the 2 of them combined can definitely do the 3 damage I'm allowed to do since I have 3 Dragon Sign and Victory Display. And then I can use Treebeard to take out these annoying bats. We are going to go into our final round. So at the beginning of the quest phase is when the Drake would bounce back up to the staging area. So he stays engaged with you going into this phase. Let's do 1 healing with the Welling Hall Preserver. Am I going to find another one? No. Ent draft. Okay, that would have been nice as well. Alrighty, well, let's just end this game. Quick strike. So I'm going to exhaust a character and attack, so I will exhaust a Booming Ent. He attacks for enough to do the 3 damage needed, even with the defense boost from the Dragon Sign. This Booming Ent is attacking for enough to do 3 damage, which puts enough damage on the Drake, so he has no more hit points remaining, and that is a victory. That was a long quest. I don't have any desire to play this quest again for any length of time, but I am glad that I found a deck that I think handles it really well, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one, everybody. All right, take care. Bye-bye.